sing, coda means tail. So this time we didn't do the coda, we just did waltzing through time, come rain or come shine. But then when we perform it, we'll do it again. Waltzing through time. And we'll slow down so that people know we're coming to the end. Come rain or come shine. Yep. You may take these papers, oh, honey, let's not touch those. No, let's not ever touch the microphones or anything. You may take these papers home, and I will, it's okay, I will have, you don't need to bring it back. I will have things for you here, and I will make sure to email your parents a recording that you can listen to at home. Sound good? Okay, or you can give it back to me.
Play it without looking at my phone screen.
Okay.
I played it.
Come back. We'll be right here in just a second, I'm sure. Oh, let me move those out of the way.
Good morning. My name is Warren Keys. Can you hear me all right? Check, check, check. Yep. Okay.
this morning. It's good for us all to be together. Whether you are here or in person or watching at home, it's so good to be together. As we gather together this morning, let me share with you words from Lynn Harrison. Committed to respond to the call of a wounded world, we join together this day with loving hearts, hands, and minds, embracing the interconnected web of water, air, and earth. We light a fire of sustaining hope, ever bright with love and justice. May we bring forth this day new wisdom, strength, and courage to create a new world, not of wealth, but well-being. A world of new peace and abundance for all. As we give thanks for this earth, our shared and singular home, may we dedicate ourselves to its ongoing care, rising to the calls deep within us and all around us. May we respond today and always with courage and with love. Come, my friends, with our hearts open to both the challenges and the possibilities that this new day and this new week bring, with our hearts open to all that inspires and sustains, redeems, and transforms us. Come, let us worship together.
My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. I am a willow bending in the wind. I am a willow bending in the wind. I am a willow bending in the wind. My roots go down. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. I am a waterfall skipping home. I am a waterfall skipping home. I am a waterfall skipping home. My roots go down. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. I am an acorn waiting to be born. I am an acorn waiting to be born. I am an acorn waiting to be born. My roots go down. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down.
Thank you very much. The flaming chalice is the symbol of the Unitarian Universalist tradition, the liberal religious tradition to which this congregation belongs. Will those of you here in person please stand as you are able for our chalice lighting? If you have a chalice at home, I invite you to light it with us at this time. Please read along with me. As we kindle this flame, we recommit ourselves to nurturing the spirits of one another and the common good of the world we share. May the light of this flame be welcoming to all who seek a liberal religious home. Now, for those of you who are already standing, I invite you to remain standing for our opening hymn. Our opening hymn this morning is called Put Your Roots Down. Now, this hymn is not in our hymnal, so our music director, Jean Marie Whaley, along with Jessica Goudreau, will lead us in singing together.
Welcome. So I'll teach, this is in 3 parts. We'll learn each of the 3 parts, and then we get to layer it all together. So the first one, would you give me a... I'll sing it about 4 times. Listen 1 or 2 times, and then join in when you feel ready. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what she says when you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what she says when you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what she says when you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what she says when you listen? One more time. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what she says when you listen? Great, we've got that part. The next part is a little bit more wordy, so you might have to listen a couple more times and sing it a few more times, but we'll get it. It goes like this. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as your blood in your body as it moves across your bones. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. One more time. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Good. The third is the easiest. It goes, are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? You can add some hard meaning if you like. Are you listening? Are you listening? Good. So there you go. Got into a groove already. So we're going to sing it all the way through. The put your roots down line, we're going to sing twice. There just wasn't room for it twice on the slide. But we'll sing that twice. Then on to 'Cause the sound of the river. Then are you listening? After that, we're going to start to layer it. If you like the put your roots down part, you're going to sing with Jessica. If you like the 'Cause the sound of the river part, you're going to sing with me. If you like the are you listening part, when we get to that, you can just stay on that as well. As we end, Jessica and I will both go to the are you listening part. You can join us, and then we'll end it. Let's do it. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what she says when you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what she says when you listen? 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Here we go, let's layer. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what she says when you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what she says when you listen? 'Cause the put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. As it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening?
Sounds like we have a brand new choir now, huh? Let's see. I've lost my place. Okay. Good morning. My name is Warren Keyes, I think, and I'm glad to serve as part of your worship team this morning. Whether you are a first-time visitor or a long-time member or somebody in between, I offer you a very special welcome. Here at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Raleigh, we are intentionally inclusive, liberally religious, and actively serving the common good of the world that we share. Whoever you are and wherever you are on your own spiritual or religious journey, you're welcome here. This morning, Eleanor Goodwin, one of our lay ministers, will be available in the front right corner of the sanctuary. Eleanor will be there after the service to talk with anyone who might be experiencing any difficult situations in their lives and would like to talk to someone. I hope that you will all read through the chalice that was emailed to you on Friday about everything happening around here at UUFR, or you can check out the upcoming events section of our website. Our in-person social hour this morning will be downstairs in Founders Hall. But now, we have a special announcement from our board of directors.
Thanks, Warren. Good morning. My name is Sarah Ford-Knorr, and I'm your board president. We say every week here at UUFR that everything we do is only possible because of the generous financial support that so many of us provide. And that is true. But it is also true that everything we do here at UUFR is the result of our joint decision-making. We are a democratic polity, and we are steering our little ship of state through sometimes stormy waters, deciding together where we should go and who should be at the helm. It's in this context that I have an announcement for all members, and all who are not members but who are invested in or curious about how UUFR operates. On Sunday, June 8th, that's 6 weeks from now, we will hold our annual congregational meeting. It will be held at 10:30 and it will replace all worship services that day. So this is the time of the church year when we as members most explicitly act as citizens of this fellowship. And together we'll be making the important decisions that set our course for the next year. Just for example, we will vote on an annual budget that determines everything from how much we pay our staff to which of our facilities we will repair or upgrade. We'll talk about our bylaws, the rules that govern how we operate as a body politic, and the board is proposing some tweaks to our leadership structure. And we will elect from among us 3 critical groups of leaders: our board of directors, our nominating committee, and the members of the search committee who will replace Reverend James. Our bylaws require that to even convene this meeting, at least 20% of our membership, that's over 100 people, must be present. And this quorum requirement, it's meaningful. It reflects our democratic values that to be legitimate, these big decisions have to reflect the participation of a significant proportion of our community. So if you are a member, new or longstanding, you should be there. And new members who have not yet had a chance to sign our precious paper book of membership will have that opportunity. If you've been contemplating becoming a member, joining before June 8th will allow you to participate in the meeting as a citizen of UUFR. Our ship is sturdy, our passengers are brave, and we steer it together. So please join us on June 8th as we chart our course for the next year. Thank you. Thanks, Warren.
Thank you, Sarah. I now invite you to meet and greet your neighbor.
I invite us to come back together. And continue these conversations during coffee and fellowship. So much connection. It's wonderful. That's what we're all about, building community, one relationship at a time. And now, this is the time in our service when we acknowledge some of the joys and sorrows of our community. We do this because we believe a joy shared is a joy made greater, and a sorrow shared is made easier to bear. Megan Rowland shares that she resigned from WCPSS as school cafeteria worker, and that she's thankful that she has some leads for potential jobs. Adam Boyd's sister-in-law, Chrissy Boyd, is recovering from lung stent procedure after a battle with cancer. It was a successful yet extremely risky and rare surgery. They are thankful that Chrissy is recovering well. Lee Tate's friend, Atrias Omar Good, who had been in Duke Hospital, passed away on Thursday, the 17th, at the young age of 39. May we keep Atrias' family and friends in our hearts during this difficult time. As we hold these shared joys and sorrows in our hearts and reflect on the joys and sorrows, fears and hopes of our own lives, let's be together in stillness and in silence, opening ourselves to that spirit within us and amidst us, called by many names, but known to every human heart, that leads us to a fuller, deeper, richer experience of life. After the silence, we'll sing together hymn 1010, We Give Thanks. But for now, let's be together in stillness and in silence.
Again, my name is Warren Keyes, and this time I'm a member of your board of directors. I will be downstairs at social hour after the worship service if you have any questions you'd like to ask me about board matters or anything else, or you can just stop in and say hi. That's okay. Now, everything we do here at UUFR is only possible because of the generous financial support so many of us provide. I'd like to remind all members and friends of UUFR to please return your pledge cards to UUFR by April 30th. If you need a new pledge card, you can pick one up at the office. It's also possible to pledge online using the link you'll find on the front page of the website or in the emailed chalice. For those of you who have set up automated giving to UUFR or who send a check by mail every month, I thank you now for your generosity. If you'd like to make a contribution in person this morning, we invite you to bring it forward and put it in one of the offering plates available. If you'd prefer to have an usher come by and pick it up, just raise your hand and that will happen. You may also give using one of the methods you'll find on our screen. Our offering now will be given and most gratefully received. Our reading this morning consists of excerpts from Hope, Joy, and the Climate Crisis, written by Manya Reyes. Climate justice won't come from a superhero or a billionaire. The climate crisis won't end when someone invents a marvelous machine to take carbon out of the air. We already have something that does just fine, a tree. Just like a tree can stand as a simple but powerful part of a forest, I can be one of many people fighting for climate justice. I find hope in the idea that a small, organized group of people with a sense of responsibility to each other and to the earth can have a huge impact against powerful forces. I think about climate hope as something to share with other people. I take my friends on walks outside and I talk to them about climate change and about how we plan on fixing it. I talk to my students about how the earth can take care of us and how we can take care of it in return. I seek out activist communities to work with, to celebrate with, and to practice solidarity with. I certainly feel hopeful going to marches, sending postcards with my friends, and dreaming of bright futures. Climate hope is much easier with people around me who share my vision. Another critical element of climate hope is joy. Author Adrienne Marie Brown, in her book Pleasure Activism, says that when activism feels joyful, we're more likely to engage in it, feel purposeful about it, and be able to practice it sustainably. It can be a terrible thing to acknowledge the reality of Earth wrecked by rising temperatures and tides, but I find joy in dreaming what a future could look like. No homelessness or poverty, an abundance of food available to anyone who needs it, a government where every person has a voice. This imagining is another part of climate hope. I believe that all organizing is science fiction. Brown tells us that we are shaping the future we long for and have not yet experienced. Climate hope isn't just about joyfully dreaming of the future. It's about appreciating what I have found joy in today, too. Before writing this, I went cross-country skiing across the Ashley Reservoir in Holyoke. The lake stretched out to either side of me, the far end disappearing into swirling snow. The pine trees that stretched softly over the path were pillowed in snow as my skis glided across the powder. This beautiful experience is a part of climate hope for me, too. The hope that I and the people around me can experience beautiful ski trips around the Ashley Reservoir for years to come. One day recently, while I was teaching at the Hitchcock Center, my 6-year-old students and I found a fallen tree. We started climbing across the tree's fallen trunk, and I asked them why trees are important. The students had amazing answers. They were fun to climb on. They were beautiful. They made forests. They made shade. We talked about the carbon cycle, how humans breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon, and trees do the reverse. The students all began puffing out exaggerated breaths. "We're feeding the trees," one exclaimed gleefully. Sometimes climate hope is complicated, and sometimes climate hope is as simple as that. Appreciating your own breath and the beautiful ways you and a tree can care for each other. We now have special music.
My blood doth rise in the roots of yon oak. Her sap doth run in my veins. Boundless my soul, like the open sky, where the stars forever have lain. Where the stars, where the stars, where the stars forever have lain. My hands hold the weavings of time without end. My sight as deep as the sea. Beating my heart sounds the measures of old, that of love's eternity. That of love, that of love, that of love's eternity. I feel the tides as they answer the moon, rushing on a far distant sand. Winging my song is the wind of my breast, and my love flows over the land. And my love, and my love, and my love flows over the land. My foot carries days of the old into new. Our dreams us the way. Wondrous our faith settles deep in the earth, rising green to bring a new day. Rising green, rising green to bring a new day.
Thank you so much, musicians. That was beautiful. Let's give them some more appreciation. Happy Earth Day week. Day, week, you know, it's the same. Last Tuesday, April 22nd, was Earth Day. Raise your hand if you did something special for Earth Day. Yay, thank you. That's great. This year's Earth Day is the 55th Earth Day celebration here in the United States. The first one happened on April 22nd, 1970. Wisconsin Democratic Senator Gaylord Nelson was heartbroken by the environmental degradation in the U.S., which was capped off by a massive oil spill off the coast of Santa Barbara, California, in January of 1969. Having witnessed the anti-war protests, Senator Nelson wondered if similar strategies could be used to raise public awareness of environmental issues. He found an ally and co-chair across the aisle, Republican Senator Pete McCloskey, and together they recruited activist Dennis Hayes to build a staff to organize a series of teach-ins in college campuses and to reach out to a broader audience across the United States. The event was a huge success. By the end of the day, about 10% of the US population, some 20 million people, had participated in some important way. Please raise your hand if you participated in this first Earth Day. Wow, that's awesome. By the end of 1970, fueled in part by the first Earth Day, the Environmental Protection Agency had been established, and other environmental laws like the National Environmental Education Act, the Occupational Health and Safety Act, and the Clean Air Act, followed by the next year by the passage of the Clean Water Act. I don't need to tell you that today's political climate is different today than it was back in 1970. I, like perhaps many of you, am heartbroken by the reversal of environmental and social policies by the current administration. I fear that just the one decision to pull out of the Paris Accord will make life so much more difficult for our children and our grandchildren and all the beings with whom we share this planet. I'm worried and I'm sad that when faced with a truly global crisis, we, the people of many countries, have not yet been able to come together to protect the future residents of this earth we love so dearly. It's easy to feel powerless and hopeless. And yet, I refuse to give up hope. I know that we can, we do, and we will make a difference in the future of this beautiful planet. The theme for this year's Earth Day is Our Power, Our Planet. I love this double entendre. How our power can refer to the power we use to make society run on a physical basis. Too much of our machinery, our farming, our manufacturing, our transportation, and our daily living comes from power generated by fossil fuels. which generate carbon-based gas emissions, which have been fueling the rising temperature on our planet. The theme, our power, our planet, reminds us that how we use physical power and how we generate physical power affects the environment of our planet. Our power can also refer to the power we as people have to affect change. The more people in a space who demand a particular change, the more likely it is to convince those with political power to make those changes. Just think back to the first Earth Day in 1970 and how it helped usher in an era of greater environmental protection that endures until today. But building collective power requires sharing a common vision of how the world could be. And building collective power requires maintaining hope that we can all make a difference in creating that world. The term climate hope, mentioned in the reading shared earlier from Manurelis, was originally coined by Naomi Klein to refer to the practice of acting as if healing the world is possible. Another term used for this kind of hope is active hope, which is the name of a book written by Joanna Macy and Chris Johnstone. Active hope emphasizes that hope is a choice that we make over and over. That is, it's a practice. Active hope isn't something that just happens to us while we're sleeping or eating or reading about climate change or even composting. Active hope involves intentionally choosing to believe in a better future and taking action to make that future happen. Hope doesn't come down from the heavens and make my heart sing when I'm out in nature. I feel hopeful because I've decided to go spend time in nature. I have opened my heart and senses to whatever experiences arise. When I'm in nature, I decide to pay attention to the feel of the air in my lungs and the smell of the earth in my nostrils. I watch for critters. I study the plants. I listen to the birds and the leaves rustling in the trees. All of these activities inspire in me a sense of well-being because I feel connected to nature. This sense of well-being inspires me to want to do things to preserve natural places. This is an example of active hope. In their book, Active Hope, Joanna Macy and Chris Johnstone describe the process of cultivating active hope as the work that reconnects. The work that reconnects. They outline 4 aspects of the work that reconnects: coming from gratitude, honoring our pain for the world, seeing with new eyes, and going forth. These 4 aspects are not so much of a continuum or an action plan as sections of a wheel that spin back and forth as we move from one aspect to another, back and forth in a spiral motion. The work that reconnects is the practice of keeping the wheel of the 4 aspects spinning. The wheel will occasionally move backwards, but the work is to keep it moving forward, even and perhaps especially when it has moved backwards. This is the work of active hope. The first aspect of the work that reconnects is coming from gratitude. Gratitude can be a powerful force. If I'm in a bad mood, when I'm able to remember all that I have to be grateful for, it usually improves my mood. Now, I know that all of us are not in a space where gratitude can be easy to find, and if that is the case, that is perfectly okay. If you're in such a place, myself and Reverend James are available if you want a listening ear. One of the benefits of gratitude is a stronger sense of satisfaction and well-being. It helps us feel happier with what we already have. Companies make money by telling us that we aren't enough the way we are, and coincidentally sell us things that they say will fix us. Nurturing gratitude for what we have helps us feel like we're enough just the way we are. So gratitude can, in itself, help the planet by reducing consumer demand. Gratitude can help us find value in what we have, which can foster a desire to treat what we have with more care and protection. Some years ago, I watched a mini-series called One Strange Rock. The series told the story of the origin of life on Earth through the voices of astronauts and of the actor-narrator Will Smith. I thought I knew the story of Earth's beginnings, but the way the story was told in the show changed how I valued our Earth. The astronauts talked about how inhospitable to life space is. Space is very cold, with no air to breathe, no water to drink, no food to eat, and it's full of deadly radiation. It's really hard to build and maintain areas in which humans can live in space. All of the planets and moons in our solar system range from deadly to not very comfortable, like Mars, for human life. And yet, our Earth has this atmosphere that protects life from most of the deadly radiation of space. Our Earth has an atmosphere that keeps enough of the sun's heat and the coldness of space out and manages to keep the planet's temperature perfect for oxygen to be in gas form and water to be in usable form. Our Earth has this tilted axis that creates a weather system that moves the air in currents that helps moderate the temperature. Our Earth has vast areas of land and vast areas of ocean and water, and somehow, as unlikely as it seems, life happened on this Goldilocks planet that was just right for life to happen. I've watched and read a lot of science fiction, and from Star Trek and other stories and shows, it makes life in space and on the moon and on Mars look pretty darn easy. And sure, maybe in centuries when technologies develop, it might be pretty easy. I know that the universe is vaster than we can even imagine, and there may be other Goldilocks planets out there. But for now, after watching One Strange Rock, this Goldilocks Earth seems pretty special and unique, at least as far as we know. And knowing that makes me want to protect our Earth a whole lot more. That brings me to the second aspect of the spiral of the work that reconnects, honoring the pain for our world. As a palliative care chaplain, I have witnessed the many different ways that spouses, parents, children, and other relatives process the fear and the grief of their loved ones' sicknesses. Some were angry, some disconnected. Many wanted every possible thing done so that their loved one could stay with them. Their emotions were intense precisely because they really loved the person who was suffering, and they wanted the best for them. I feel like the emotions that we face from climate change is similar. I hurt deeply when I hear stories of wildfires and storms and floods, because I love this beautiful earth, and I love the beautiful people and animals and all of the beings on this earth. I'm angry and I'm scared and I'm sad that what I love may be lost and others won't be able to experience the wonder and the life-giving force of our earth. And yet, that very love makes me want to do what I can to protect our earth and the many people, animals, and plants, and fungi, and bacteria, and everything on our earth. But to be able to act, to protect our earth, I must process my anger and my grief and my sadness in healthy ways. I also want to be able to fully appreciate what and who is still here on our earth. I must be able to hold on to the love of what is, grieve what has been lost, and fight for what could be. The third aspect of fostering active hope through the work that reconnects is seeing with new eyes. One of my sacred texts is Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Raise your hand if you've read Braiding Sweetgrass. Awesome. I've always been a bit of a tree hugger, but this book shifted my worldview tremendously. When I think of seeing with new eyes, braiding sweetgrass is what comes to mind first. Robin Wall Kimmerer is a botanist and is a member of the Potawatomi Nation. 3 things in particular that she wrote in this book have helped me see with new eyes. She writes about how the Potawatomi people, through their very language, refer to plants, animals, and even water and rocks as people. They do not have a pronoun for it. This use of pronouns belies an innate respect for all that is on our earth. All is humanized. The second transformative concept in the book, not a new concept to me, but a new practice, is how Robin Wall Kimmerer writes about reciprocity. If I receive something, I have the responsibility to give back. And beneath this give-receive is a fundamental spirit of non-ownership and lack of entitlement. Wall Kimmerer calls this a gift economy. Our earth gifts me with what I need to live. And I want to give back to our earth because we are kin. A third concept illustrated in this book is enoughness. When the Potawatomi people harvest what grows wild or what they have sown, they don't take everything available. They take only what they need. They leave what they don't need for other creatures to use for their needs. This concept of enoughness is a stark contrast to today's economy, which is based on the concept of scarcity. Economics classes teach us of supply and demand. If people think there is not enough of something they need, the price, what, goes up. Just think of the great toilet paper shortage at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, when people competed with each other over toilet paper, and how some bought more than they needed because they were fearful of not having enough. Seeing with new eyes allows us to question how things are. It allows us to imagine what is possible and how we might create that new future. And now for the fourth, but not the final aspect of the work that reconnects. This is going forth. This is not the final aspect because remember, there's the work that reconnects is a wheel, is a spiral. Done well, we might do each of the aspects over and over again. But going forth, this is when we clarify our vision of how we can act to heal the world. And we identify practical steps so that we can move our vision forward. This is the capital A action aspect of the work that reconnects. And notice how I said we clarify our vision and we identify practical steps. Why did I use we? Part of the work of reconnecting is connecting with each other. And this is not work we do alone. We want many voices and many perspectives when we cast a vision of how the world can be. Capitalism wants us to focus on changing our individual lifestyles because those in power know that alone, the average consumer has no power beyond their wallet. Why was the first Earth Day so transformative? Because 20 million people showed up and let the policymakers know, and the politicians know that they wanted change. So what can we do now? Well, I know that some of us are going to clean up a stream this afternoon. Anyone here going to go clean up the stream? Awesome, yay. Last week, I worked with other clergy on a Habitat for Humanity build here in Wake County. And I know that this congregation will have a couple of opportunities to help out on March 31st and June 14th. And I believe there's a table downstairs to sign up. And most importantly, here at UUFR, we will be holding the long-awaited Climate Justice Revival this July. Are you excited? Well, you should be excited because the name of this revival is Reimagined Together from an extractive age to a new era. And we will be doing the work that reconnects. We will cast a vision together about how our work can be less isolated and more connected, less anxious and more nourishing, less limited, more visionary, and there will be food. Sound like fun? Yeah? Yeah? Awesome. On each of 3 consecutive Sundays, July 13th, 20th, and 27th, we will hold a normal Sunday service, followed by a workshop that allows us to do together the work that reconnects. Look in the chalice for more details on how to sign up. All is not lost, my friends. On this Earth Day week, may we remember that we are stronger together. And through the practices of coming from gratitude, honoring our pain for the world, seeing with new eyes, and going forth, we can keep our hope alive and be inspired to do what we can to protect this strange, spinning rock we call home. May it be so. I invite you to stand as you are able for our closing hymn, which is 1064, Blue Boat Home.
Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun my sail and moon my rudder, as I ply the starry seas, leading ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Please be seated. For our closing words, I would like to share a prayer of co-creation written by Lynn Cox. Creative Spirit, source of life and love, we give thanks for the beauty of this day and for the company of those assembled here. Thank you for the breezes of change, clearing our heads and bringing fresh ideas. May they cleanse our minds of the oppressions and isms that divide us. Thank you for the flame of hope, the heat of righteous anger, the warmth of compassion, and the fire of commitment. May they bubble the cauldrons of transformation. Thank you for the oceans of love, rivers of connection, tears of relief, and pools of serenity. May healing waters flow over us and through us and among us, wearing down the sharp rocks of despair to bring joy in the morning. Thank you for the good earth below us, around us, and within us. May we take this clay and co-create a new realm of justice and beauty. Thank you for all these and more. We accept our gifts and commit to building, sculpting, painting, singing, and dancing them to life, to abundant life. So be it. Blessed be. Amen.